He was trying to say, for everyone you see that is walking today, secretly there is somebody playing a music for the person to dance. He said, we have piped to you and you have not danced. In other words, for everyone dancing, there is somebody piping in the secret. What does that mean? It means for everything you see happening in the physical, somebody is controlling it in the spiritual. So Jesus was trying to tell us that anybody you see today who is walking on the face of the earth, anything the person is doing, is not doing it on his own. Somebody is hiding somewhere to control it. Do you know, when you grow up in life, there are vehicles today that you do not need to get there. When you press your button, the car responds. When you get a remote and you press a TV, from the room you can control the TV. In Jeremiah chapter 10, please give me attention, because I'm going to begin to show you the things that happen to your father, why they happen, the things that happen to your mother, why they happen. And that is why if you are not careful and you don't stop it, the same thing may happen to you, because somebody is piping. There is power in voices. Anybody you see misbehaving or behaving well today is responding to an invisible voice. In Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 23, the Bible says, it is not in the way of a man to direct himself. In other words, no matter your degree, no matter your certificate, no matter your beauty, no matter the passport you carry, you cannot control yourself. Everything you do today is a function of a spiritual remote, or some people controlling the spirit. Even God cannot do anything without a voice. Look at a man like Saul in Acts chapter 9. A light shone on Saul. Saul fell down from a horse. All those drama happened. Yet that was not enough until a voice spoke. Look at a man like Elijah. He was in a state of captivity. In 1 Kings chapter 19, the Bible says earthquake came, lightning came, rain came. All of that could do nothing until there was a still small voice. Look at a man like Moses. Moses was passing by and a bush was being burned by fire. He saw the bush, it was burning but not consumed. All of that dramatic encounter was because God wanted him to hear a voice. You must get to understand something today, that the reason why things are the way they are is because you are dancing physically, you are moving physically. The young man that broke your heart, that kept you in pain and regret, today you have children and there is no husband there. The very day you met him, it was a music that was played for you that you dance into without knowing. He also danced into a music without knowing, and both of you met yourself and made the mistakes of your life. If you check his family or check your family, someone has made that mistake before. There is a manipulation somewhere. Things are not just happening, they were manipulated to happen. Am I talking to somebody right now? And that is why we came to address that evil satanic manipulation. We came to frustrate it today. Listen, take your seat. In 2 Samuel chapter 21, the Bible said there was a famine in Israel for 3 years. Every year there was a famine, and David prayed. He prayed, Father, why is there famine? Why is there no food in Israel? And God said, David, this famine is not because of you, it's because of Saul and his bloody house. He says Saul killed the Gibeonites. Saul destroyed and wasted them, and the Gibeonites, their blood was crying out. So David went and met the Gibeonites, and he said to them, what do you want? And they said to him, we know what is happening here. Meaning that 3 years of famine that they were going through, the Gibeonites were aware. They knew the cause. What was the cause? In Joshua chapter 9, the Gibeonites deceived Joshua, and Joshua entered the covenant with them that he will never destroy them. But because Saul wanted to expand the territory of Israel, Saul wasted the Gibeonites, so the covenant was broken. The blood of the Gibeonites began to cry from the ground. 1 year, no food in Israel. 2 years, no food in Israel. 3 years, no food in Israel. Until David said, why is this thing happening? And God said, but in fact, the Gibeonite knew what killed Saul. As soon as Saul did it, voices began to trouble Saul. The reason Saul could not sit on the throne was because voices were after him. He was moving from place to place. That is why he had to call David, so that David can play the flute, so that there can be another voice to counter the first voice that was chasing him from the throne. Am I talking to somebody here? It was not voice against voice. It was the voice that chased Saul from the palace. It was the voice that killed Saul. It was that same voice that was not satisfied. He killed Jonathan. He was not satisfied. He made Mephibosheth cripple. He made Mephibosheth cripple. And David said to them, what do I do? They said, sir, to stop this matter, the 7 grandsons of Saul, hang them, kill them. David, if you read verse 7 of 2 Samuel 21, David had to spare Mephibosheth. Mephibosheth was spared because of the covenant that he entered. 2 Samuel 21 verse 7. In verse 8, the Bible says he hung all of them, and that was when the famine stopped. What is happening in your life? You got to Europe, things are hard, things are bad. You left Nigeria, you left Africa, you left Ghana, you left Togo, you thought things are going to be better here, but the same voice that was crying in Africa is still crying here. You need to stop the voice. It was the same voice that stopped your father. It stopped sisters before you. It has no respect for location, because the devil does not need a visa to come to Belgium. It's a spirit. It can travel anywhere. You have to stop the voice. Jesus said, this generation, if only they understand that when they see anything happening he said it's like a marketplace, and people are calling out to one another. He said, we have piped to you, you have not danced. Take your seat. He didn't say we have piped for you. You know what a pipe is? A pipe of music. They say he that pays the piper dictates what? The tune. If somebody play a beat, now when this beat starts, bring it down a bit. When this beat starts and I want to dance, what do? I follow the beat. Hold on. That is what it means for them when they say we have piped to you. Meaning we have dictated the steps we want you to take. Are you following what I'm talking about? There's a difference between piping for you and piping to you. If I start dancing like this, dancing, before he plays the music, it means I control him. But if he starts playing before I dance, he controls me. So that means in the realm of the spirit, they play the music. You have to be now forced to dance to the music they are playing. That was why no matter how you try to be decent, you try not to be like your sister, you still ended up somewhere. You try to keep yourself, you still made the same. Why? Because the music is played in the spirit. You cannot control it because it has been played. The only way to control it is to allow another music to be played to that music, so that music will be silenced by higher music. A young man stays from trouble, keeps himself from trouble, avoids everything called trouble, but at the end of the day, he still ends up in pain, ends up in regret, because it is somebody is playing the pipe. We live in a world of wickedness. There is wickedness in this world, sir. Daniel chapter 11 verse 32. He said, and as such that he said that do wickedness against the covenant shall he corrupt with flattery, but the people that know their God shall be strong. In Psalm 127 verse 3, he said the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous. There is wickedness, sir. In 1 John chapter 5 verse 19, the Bible said the whole world lieth in wickedness. In Esther chapter 6 verse 7, when Esther wanted to address Haman, he said, it is this wicked Haman, this wicked Haman, this wicked Haman, this wicked Haman. In Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 13, I like what he said. He said, it shall not be well with the wicked. Am I talking to somebody here? In Job chapter 10 verse 15, he said, if I be wicked, it will not be good with me. Am I speaking to somebody? This word is a word of wickedness. You need to understand. In Ephesians 6:17, the Bible talks about spiritual wickedness in heavenly places. Spiritual wickedness in heavenly places. Spiritual wickedness. Psalm 34 from verse 19 to verse 21, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. He keepeth all his bones, and no one shall be broken. Verse 21 say, evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be dead. This thing, listen, a man in south of Nigeria, woke up one day, the southern part of Nigeria, went to his wife's room with a machete, cut off her head, went to the children's room, cut off their heads, bundled the 4 children and the wife, put all of them outside, poured fuel, set them on fire, burnt them. When he was arrested, they asked him, why did you do that? He said, voice. I don't know what happened. I was hearing a voice. Something just spoke to me. Hey, before you raise your leg like this, it's a voice in the spirit. When you see a young man chasing a girl, he's married, he has a wife, and he's chasing a girl that will put him in trouble, it's a voice. You see a woman carry her things, they say, stay. You say, I'm tired, I'm done with this marriage, I'm done with this marriage. She's not done. It's a voice that she's responding to. The voice wants her to end up as a single mother. The voice wants her to end up like a mother. The voice wants her to end up the way others ended up. But the voice is showing her where the man is wrong. The voice is telling her the mistakes the man made. The voice is telling her the way she has been treated. After 5 years, when her eyes are clear, the issues are scattered.
Thank you for watching this video. I believe you have been restored and empowered. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. If you want to be lifted again, watch the video next to this one. Always remember, restoration is possible.